not quite able to get in there though and get the stun off. Could have flashed, but that would have been very, very close at this stage of the game.
He could have traded flashes there. That would be a top lane flash for a mid lane flash though, and Expression not willing to give that up.
Well, that definitely could have been different if Kane had been in a position to land that route as SKT were moving in. Instead, he was setting up some wards down on the bottom half of his jungle. You can see some fairly deep wards now from the side of Sword. Once again, outranging SKT's wards. Sword are going to be well aware of where those solo and duo lanes are going to go. We'll see if Piglet can avoid stepping into that vision. We've seen these Korean teams sort of skirting the walls to try and dodge as many wards as possible.
SKT starting off here on that bottom side, going to be a three-man team kicking off with that blue buff. Looks like a similar thing over on the other side there. You can see the pings from SKT, ping the exact position where those wards were put down.
I also want to point out that Piglet and Pumandu stayed by their first turret there for a very long time, delaying the information that Sword can get with that deep ward until the minions are out, and then they make the run for the top lane.
Well, they are going to get their way up there. The rest of Sword rather are still hanging around in that mid lane. It does look like Expression is hanging out by the Wolf camp, and you'll see the duo lane trying to get to this bottom lane as quickly as possible to challenge off against Impact. You do see that Watch is now going to start off his red buff, as this Corki and Zyra are very far behind. They actually haven't got any CS at all right now. Impact has had quite a lot of time in that lane, completely alone.
Definitely. The duo here running all the way from the top side of the map down bottom meant that Impact got a nice little boost of experience there with the first free minions in his lane. And even so, the minion wave's still going to be pushing against his turret, so he won't be zoned out.
Well, let's talk a little bit about these 2v1s here. I mean, Jax and Renekton, the two unlucky ones, I guess we could say, for both sides in these 2v1 scenarios. Who's going to have the better time of this? Or is it really dependent on those junglers as we see Watch up there now?
It really is dependent on the junglers, but we also saw Jax doing that wolf camp first, so he actually came out ahead, even though Impact was down there with the minions early and got some first minion kills. The whole wolf camp for Expression actually gave him more experience, and he's starting this one out a lot better.
So Expression right now hanging around in this top lane. Piglet getting some auto attacks down onto that tower. And you see Pumandu lashing Expression's back with those Thresh auto attacks. We did see Watch hanging around the top lane, but has decided to back away and is going to move towards this mid lane to see if he can get in behind Faker. Does look like that ward is just timed up, but Faker would have seen Watch entering, so he's going to realize that he's been spotted, and the gank's not going to work this time.
Yeah, just before it timed out there, actually came in on that one. Is Bengi going to go aggressive here on towards Prey? Just heads straight back off in towards Impact, and doesn't really lose any health from that one, but good damage put down. He's going to stick around with this one.
This is something we see from these sort of early ganking junglers with Elise and Lee Sin. They have the kill potential. He's sticking around here. If he can land that Sonic Wave onto Prey, may work out, but does get spotted by that little seedling of Zyra, and you see Bengi getting out cleanly.
Now we actually had Elise going for another camp before coming to aid Jackson in his lane and make it a 2 vs 2. So even though Lee Sin up a lot of minion kills,
going up towards Piglet from this one, he will actually make his way away from that one with the flash, and Expression took a lot of damage in the meantime. This bottom lane has also had some more pressure put down, but in the end, both duos staying safe.
So no flash though, nor an exhaust for that Piglet, and the top lane right now, Prey and Kane have been jumping. Impact's gone in, Ignite's sticking, first blood been secured. Now Impact been hit by the tower shot. True damage lands. Flash from Prey. Impact gets out. That's a second kill for SKT. Bengi and Impact over the move.
And the bottom lane gets destroyed here for Naj and Sword. Oh, now Faker's under attack in mid as well.
He's managed to dodge that cocoon though, just sidestepping that one cleverly, and that went disastrously wrong. Prey thought he had the damage there to finish off Impact, and well, you sometimes think you have it, but you don't in the end, and that's the real down. Expression is going to get hooked and flung back there a little. There's the knockback from Piglet, but Expression safe there.
Fantastic counter-strike, locking up Humandu under the turret. He's going to get out. Now remember, Humandu does not have his exhaust available, so if Watch is able to get in there, and Expression and him can get onto a target, it could work out. Faker now, landing those auto attacks onto Nagne, having a better work of it right now. They trade Ignite for Ignite. Nagne's down to 100 HP, he flashes. Faker takes the tower hit, does get out, and both mid laners stay alive.
Ooh, Nagne there. Very, very confident. He goes back in on Faker, able to leave with trading summoners. So actually came out pretty well with that.
Crazy, crazy stuff there in that mid lane. But look at this.
Bengi's on the hunt.
He's blind, but he can sniff blood. Here as he lands it on towards Nagne. It was stood stationary there around the corner, and Bengi landing everything that he needed to, and they've got time here for some tower damage as well.
Oh, we do see right now Faker's decided to back away, gonna allow the minions to die to that tower. And this is an early 3-0 lead here for SKT. 2-0-1 on that Bengi Lee Sin. He's already got a double Doran's Blade start, so it's a slightly different item build than we've seen from the previous game. He is going to make his way down to this bottom lane, has his Dragon Range available. Impact does get rooted up. Bengi is looking for Prey. Can he catch him? Does land the Sonic Wave.
Prey at half HP. There's Impact slicing him once again. The stun not quite holding him up very long enough. That's a great grasping route. SKT not able to follow through.
I'm very curious why Bengi's deviating from his normal build here, where he rushes those Moby boots and puts so much emphasis into that vision. You're right about that double Doran's Blade start. He's really going to have to make an impact in these early fights.
Well, it does seem like his roaming has been working out right now. Almost able to secure the 4th kill there for SKT. Prey was forced to use that Valkyrie over the wall. Did manage to get out with the aid of Kane's roots. Now, after a little bit of passiveness in this game, we do see that there's a CS advantage in the mid lane. 20 CS for Faker over Nagne. In the bottom lane, as far as the AD carries are concerned, I mean, Piglet is ahead of Prey as well. Prey finally returning to lane. So all things looking very good for SKT, a 2,000 gold lead.
Very rosy indeed. That 2,000 gold definitely different to what we saw in that last game, isn't it? It took us a while to see first turrets, first blood coming in there, and certainly a long time until one team really started to pull ahead. Here is a blue buff pass over on towards Nagne, who took his eye off the ball a little bit earlier on, was taken down by Bengi. Can't afford to let that one happen here again.
Looks like this time around, Naja are going to put a lot of their emphasis again onto Expression. But because they were 2 versus 1 lanes, both of the solo laners very low farm. It's going to take Jax a long time to get to the point where he can carry the team.
Well, we do see that Watch is moving up to this top lane, trying to set something up on Humandu and Piglet. In the end, it doesn't work out, and I think we see another difference in itemization here. If I recall correctly in the previous game, Nagne rushed that Chalice of Harmony early on, as opposed to going for those double Dorans. And this time around, feeling he can risk it against Faker. Now we see the Shockwave catches Expression, but Watch was able to repel away from it. Expression's in trouble. He's going to leap over to Watch. That was a flash hook, comes out from Humandu. They picked up the kill onto Watch, and they turn their attention to Expression.
They're not done here. They're going to keep chasing the Jax. Here comes Vayne. Not quite able to knock him there against the wall. The barrel's coming in. Piglet going a little deep there. The command protect, making sure that that tower not able to do too much. But this is going to open up the outer mid turret.
They're going to dash away on this one. They've got a numbers advantage. Expression just out of sight there from SKT. This will be the first tower of the game, as SKT set up a great rope. There's some pretty good damage there from Nagne, but it's not going to be enough to save this tower. In fact, it is, as he cleared the minion wave.
Now let's look back. That was all set up by this very deep ward up top, this pink ward from SKT, which saw the invade from Watch and Expression. And the lanes did exactly what you need to do when you get that amount of intel, and without Najin swords, knowing that they did a great job collapsing, able to come out with the kill and the extra pressure on the mid turret.
Lock down that scoreboard right now, and specifically at the creep score. 46 to 27 in the top lane. Similar coming out of the jungle. Similar lead there in that mid lane. The bottom as well. Piglet has that lead over Prey. It's going extremely well on pretty much every single front here for SKTT1. They're approaching that 3,000 gold lead 10 minutes only into this game.
Yeah, Piglet already got that Bilgewater Cutlass completed. He's returned himself to lane. There's so many more wards in SKT's inventory right now than there is in the side of Sword. Sword just doing the best that they can to hold on right now. You see Impact and Expression now going toe-to-toe.
Pings out on Lee Sin.
Impact's thrown down the Dominus. He's chasing down. Expression is going to stun him up. Here comes Bengi from the side. Can he land any abilities? That's the question. Grandmaster comes on from Expression. He sidesteps a Sonic Wave, and at the end of the day, Impact and Bengi make it easy as they run him down.
This is going to be very difficult for Nads and Sword to come back. Not only did their mid laner get killed and their bottom lane, but also that ill-fated invade up in the top side jungle really cost them. The jungle pressure from Nads and Sword isn't going to be there either. Very difficult always to invade on the dual lane side. Now it's Prey and Kane that are under attack.
Faker's got his shockwave available. We'll see who decides to go in first. The death sentence doesn't land. Here comes Faker from the side. He's got the attack down.
Oh, but Prey and Kane still sit there behind them. Sorry, there goes a shockwave. Prey tried to flash it. Box goes down. Good disengage there. Pumandu tanking up the turret. He's actually going to fall, but it will be a 2-for-1 in the end.
Great roam by Faker up top. Nagne way far behind him. Now going to come in, try and clean up some minion kills. But now every single lane here going very well for SKT. This is a completely different story from last game.
Now the first kill of the board for Sword, and it goes to Kane's support. You know, in the previous game it was the carries that were able to get that advantage. This time round, it's the support securing it. Now Expression, a very different game. He's sitting on the makings of a phage, not yet completed, and he's trying to challenge Impact's Sunfire Cape. We do see Impact once again chasing Expression down. Expression's just going to leap away, but he cannot trade with Impact. He cannot pick fights with him. It's not going in his favor at all.
Yeah, not at all. That was the right statement for it as well. I mean, we saw Expression coming once again, has a leap strike away from it. The fact is Impact didn't have his ultimate there. Could have been even different if he'd have stuck around with that ultimate available. Right now though, SKT going in for Dragon. Sword not going to give this one up for free. They're coming around the back. There come the Gragas barrels, but it's picked up by SKT. They're pushing in. Kane's going to go down. The Lantern bring Piglet into the action, but they walk away. The Sword back off.
And Nads and Sword being this far behind, they can't play the team comp the same way that they played it last game. Last game, they could use all of their cooldowns on just catching one person out and have the confidence that they had the damage to back up that pick with the absolute kill. Ooh. But since they're so far behind this time, they actually don't have the damage to follow through on one of those, and they need to stall it out. SKT right now running away with this game.
Pumandu's thresh hooks have been phenomenal. Right now, Prey is in a little bit of trouble. Fake is coming up from behind, and Bengi is over to his right. Prey does have Valkyrie, but nothing else. Can he get away? He's going to Valkyrie over the wall. Sonic Wave does miss as he sidesteps away. That's a lot of traded damage back as Expression is now going to get caught up by Piglet and Pumandu, but thanks to the aid of the tower, he's going to survive. Here comes Watch from the side. The Cocoon doesn't land!
Cocoon missing from that one. Pumandu is going to thrash them back, but Piglet popping his ulti. He's going to knock them away. Mandu will go down, but will Piglet be able to survive this one? He's going to be forced to flash over the top to the safety of the Lee Sin.
One kill on the board there for Watch in a 3v2. It's something that Sword are going to need vitally in these next few minutes. They are 6,000 gold down right now. A Dragon down, 2 towers down, and Sword are just scrambling to find CS as they're about to lose their third and final outer turrets.
Right, they did get a kill onto the support, but because they committed so many resources down bottom, Impact got the turret. This is a good bait here.
Oh, see them jumping onto Impact. Dominus is up. Prey gets caught out. Impact knocked away by the cask of Nagne. He manages to flash away from the slow. They're going to chase this one down, and it should be a kill secured here for Sword.
Brilliantly done there. Just a case of a nice bait coming in, but will SKT be able to push something for this one as well? They're on that middle turret. We will see Watch coming around the side. That should stay safe, but he's taking almost half damage.
SKT committing pretty heavily to this one, and the duo coming up from bot can close in on them. Beautiful!
Manages to repel the shockwave. Lands the cocoon, but that's a massive amount of damage from an attack dissonance.
That was incredible there, reaction-wise from Watch. Throws the ward in there, repels away straight out of that shockwave, and he's still able to get a cocoon on them as they try to escape. So nicely done from Watch, but also doesn't really gain too much from that side, from that shockwave going down, which is going to be back on. I mean, it's already a half cooldown already.
Right, that duo going through the jungle, trying to collapse. We're not able to get anything out of it, and it opened up the free minion wave farm down bottom for Vayne. Good job securing his red buff there, though. At least Watch is able to get it with the smite.
Yeah, Prey was so close to it, but I think that sword was just too scared of that buff being stolen away. So Watch secures it with that smite. You do see now SKT once again just returning back to the lane and pulling even further ahead. It's about a 40 CS difference now between Bengi, Impact rather, and Expression. Bengi is tied with Watch in the jungle, but that's a 3-0-3. He does have those boots of mobility, which is something we've seen him do traditionally on that jungle lead, but he still hasn't gone from that side stone, which is something he tends to do when he gets ahead.
Well, you're going to have to eat your words now because he just bought it.
Damn!
Going in for that one this time around, and Expression again coming up to this top side against Impact. You can see the Impact, he's not scared of having a go at him from this one. Almost half of Expression's health being taken away. Impact moving in, the stun's going to actually pull Impact here underneath the turret, but it's still Expression losing more health overall.
You can see Impact much happier to be on Renekton, a character that can handle Jax 1 vs 1, but it's making him very, very confident. Piglet comes in, stuns.
Expression going to go down from this one, and almost a double bait coming in from that. We saw Expression trying to pull Impact in. Gragas was coming along at the same time, and Impact just says, that's fine. We're going to have the Vayne moving in. Meanwhile, Mandu down at bottom is in trouble.
Prey's going to do the best he can to chase. Does have his flash. Is using those missiles. It actually catches onto the minions, though. Now Blue Mandu in trouble. We do see Watch gets caught out. The Condemned doesn't land. Watch gets shredded down as Prey was unable to secure the kill in that bottom lane. The rest of SKT now, a 3-man pressure on the tower.
And Mandu got away down in the bottom lane, so they didn't even have to give up their support kill. I have to say, the initial top lane fight was also started out because of the 2 pink wards spent up in this top lane that allowed Vayne to come down and know that there was no vision of him. Really well played here by SKT. They're not giving anything back.
That's Prey down in the bottom, trying to pick up the first tower of the game here for Sword. Let's not forget that. They've not been able to do that up until now, 17.5 minutes into this one. You see Prey just keeping the minions away from that tower, and that will finally get pushed down. Let's have a look at the overall score and how it stands at this point. 10-3 in kills, 4-1 in turrets, and that gold right now at 7,000, the lead for SK Telecom.
The thing that's more scary about that is where that gold is clustered right now. You can see an Athenian Sorcerer's Shoes and a needlessly large rod completed for Faker, in comparison to just that Athenians and those Dorans. A completed Blade of the Ruined King for Piglet, Sunfire Cape and the Cowl for Impact. They are just so tanky and have so much damage to back up their front line. It's very difficult to see how Sword are going to get their way back into this game, especially if Expression gets caught out. Bengi's going to chase in there. We do see the attack in distance. He's connected with the Sonic Wave.
Oh, I'm going to push through this one. Actually kicking Watch away, but there's the Shockwave. Expression dives away. The Q will hit him. It's Faker that picks up the kill in the end. Nice chase down.
Good job there. Bengi actually dodging the stun, and then kicking back, maybe the wrong target right there, but they got the kill anyway, so it was all worth it in the end.
Right now, SKT hold onto this lead. Dragon has respawned, and knowing that Expression's not going to be able to jump in to help them out, may decide to go for this one. Instead, they're going to use Dragon as a bait. Sword are going to be aware of the timing. They're hanging around in the bush, and they've started it off.
I also really want to point out that Impact is doing a better job split pushing on Renekton than he did on Shen. Even without the global ultimate, the possibility to join his team, he has the confidence in this Renekton to 1v1 people, and he has the ward coverage to back this up.
Team there just stood.
Not anymore,
Pretty much watching Sword go in, come back out. Okay, no problem. We know you're there. I am not scared of you at this point. Meanwhile, Faker and Mandu here coming around the side. Sword.
He got it!
And there is a steal. Faker says thank you very much and walks away with the blue.
Mandu and his death sentences not only securing kills, but making sure the buffs are secured for SKT. They're completely controlling this game here, and Sword is scrambling to find their way back into this game. They've got Impact split pushing the top lane. They've got Piglet split pushing the bottom lane. And it's a very difficult situation to be in. Faker now, with everything available to him, is staring down the barrel of Nagne's Gragas. As it stands, neither of them have gone toe-to-toe. It's once again, it's been a farm fest for our mid laners, and it's really been about the jungler helping out the other lanes to get this early stage of the game going.
A bit more farm back here on that bottom side for Prey. Trinity 4 Sorcerer's Shoes is what he is working with right now. Other side, we can see that Seal now added into the Blade of the Ruin King for Piglet's Vein. And look at this, the start on the Baron. There is a reward there, so I think that they've seen this happening. And Sword are actually closing in now.
So here comes Sword from the side. They're aware of this. The death sentence goes out. It doesn't manage to connect though, and Sword are a little bit split up. Faker using the movement speed from distance. Bengi wants to catch somebody. Can he get the kick? The Sonic Wave doesn't manage to connect with anybody though, and he's going to back away. And SKT lose a bit of HP to Baron, but no fight comes to that one. Expression alone in the top lane.
They have to be very careful here about the steal that's possible from Naj and Sword. So SKT have to be very careful clearing out all the vision. Right now they're just trying to bait someone close enough from Naj and Sword that they can grab a pick.
But the bait on the hook.
Kane, don't take it.
Will they bite here? Kane moving forward step by step. Nagne here around. They got one. There's the barrel coming in. Watch. It's going to be taking a lot of damage there. Repels away. There's a barrel over the side. This is good damage from them. Mandu going very low. Bengi is low. Impact comes over from the side to shield some of that one. And there is a Valkyrie off from Prey. That overall wasn't that bad from SKT.
Yeah, the area of effect magic damage in the back line just destroying SKT, taking their health so low that they could not commit.
Right now, Sword realizing they've got some HP advantage, have stuck around in this mid lane. We're definitely toying with the idea of shoving this tower down. However, the wave clear from Faker is so good that the minions were just melted before they got anywhere near it. And SKT hold on to that 9,000 gold lead. However, at 22 minutes, it is a little less impactful than it was at 15 minutes. And while it's still massive, Sword have to keep hoping for those defensive starts. They have got Faker out.
There's a shockwave though. He lands it onto two of them, and look how low both Prey and Expression got. Here comes Bengi. Are they going to fight?
Oh, he wants it!
He's going to get locked up. He does go in there, but he's going to pay the price. The shutdown coming in for Nagne.
His Dragon Rage was still on cooldown. Just another second there. Bengi flashed in and could not finish off Prey.
Well, right now we do see Bengi with his life down. He's going to be unable to help out. He has a replay of that fight.
Alright, so this is where they catch out Faker, but the beautiful shockwave right there isn't able to get Prey and Expression low enough. You can tell Bengi's going around the side to try and land that Sonic Wave, and even though he gets Expression, he flashes over to try and finish Prey, but he just pulls out a kick instead of the actual Dragon ultimate right there. Not right available, and he can't finish him off.
Little bit unfortunate for them there on that one. So let's take stock again. 23 minutes we are into this game. That 9,000 gold lead still standing. 4-1 in turrets for SKT. It's not looking good for Sword. We talked about the fact that SKT are an incredible team at adapting. And so far they seem to have done that after Sword picked a very similar lineup in game one.
Yeah, right now Sword just doing the best they can to hold on to this matchup, and they had a very advantageous fight that allowed them to not only prevent the Baron from going down, but actually almost get some kills. And we'll see if they can find that situation again. I feel like SKT may not group up quite as tightly to run the risk of being caught by Nagne's ultimate. The one thing that is different in this game from the previous game is just how much less emphasis there has been on wards and clearing wards. And it really feels like it's a lot more action-packed as SKT are stacking towards this top lane.
Walking straight over the ward there, and that cocoon came around the side just to push them away from that area. SKT not going to be gambling anything at this stage on that one as Impact dives in, and so far for him, I said it before, that his Renekton is incredibly good. 3 for 3 so far here in the World Championships, and right now looking like a 4 out of 4 for him, to be honest.
I think that, you know, SKT are probably going to finish this one out by the split push as well, because they don't feel like going for that Baron. After Bengi right there literally had 1 second left on his dragon kick, his dragon rage, and he couldn't get it off. It doesn't seem like luck is on his side, so they don't want to go with that smite wards. And they'd rather just shove down turrets.
Yeah, they're focusing it down. Tower is getting dropped very, very quickly. Barrel comes up from Nagne, but does absolutely nothing. A decent strangle clause will interrupt SKT from re-engaging, but here they come!
Wow, the shockwave comes down. Prey, he's going to be finished off, but look at Piglet ripping through Sword here. That's 3 men down. Triple kill. Is he going to be able to pick up 4? The barrel comes back. Piglet won't be able to catch up. But it's 4 kills for them coming in total. Only Nagne stays alive. They're going for the turret.
Piglet was so deep right there. He was closer to Najin's sword's base than Najin's sword were. In the middle of 3 people, able to hunt them down and finish them off. This is going to be an inhibitor.
The inhibitor has been taken out. SKT tanking up that tower until their minions have Conga lined in. Death sentence from Pumandu, running enough interference. Sword, 11 kills down, an inhibitor down, and a massive amount of gold. Here's the fight.
Let's go back through this one. What a dodge by Piglet right there. Getting out back away from the Gragas ultimate, and then they were also able to get around the Zyra ulti. He finishes off the turret, and this is where he goes deep. Flashing in, lands the last hit, and now he's tumbling through the rest of the team, chasing every single man down.
Amazing, amazing play here from SKT. And they look like well, this looks like a different game completely to that first one. A one-sided affair so far here for SKT. We'll see though how they're able to close this one out. We've got Dragon up here. Baron, of course, is still available for the taking.
A slightly different itemization here from Piglet as well. After picking up that Phantom Dancer, he's grabbed himself a Hex Drinker, and I guess against the immense amount of burst that comes from Sword, as well as every single member doing magic damage, that makes perfect sense. Now, with the super minions in the bottom lane, SKT are going to pick themselves up with Baron. They've got great control of vision, and this is completely uncontestable by Sword.
Alright, so they will take the Baron when they have total vision, not only of Baron Pit, but also all the paths leading to Baron Pit.
Pretty much the safest Baron you could ever hope for, I think. They're complete control of everything going in. SKT, meanwhile, pushing in for turret number 7 here, the inner turret in this top lane.
They cannot defend this one because Expression is still split pushing bottom. Very, very dangerous for them to even be close.
Well, right now you can see without the numbers advantage, Sword haven't even tried to challenge. Pumandu was looking for that death sentence from over the tree line and didn't manage to connect with anybody. Right now, SKT, they keep the numbers. There's a 5-man team in this top lane. There are super minions getting closer and closer to the Nexus. They have caught watch. Pumandu decides not to go in. Shockwave is available. If it's going to come down, Faker holds on to it this time around, and SKT haven't exactly jumped on this fight, waited for the minions to back them up.
No need to take a risk here for SKT. They're going to be regenerating all that poke that comes out from Sword slowly but surely, and probably going to put down a lot of damage on their own as things go through. Just waiting for that next wave of minions to come down the turret. There it is. Actually, we saw the flashes going in from that one. Impact having to get himself back away, not quite going to plan.
Nagne's explosive cast was used in that engagement though. Faker has held onto his shockwave. Now we have a 5v4. Expression is close by, but it'll take him a couple of seconds to get there.
This is going to be very hard for Najin's Sword to continue defending. Expression actually going in on Bengi here. Probably won't follow it up though.
Mandu almost connecting with that death sentence, not managing to grab a target just yet. Expression and Watch toying with Impact, but that's definitely not something that'll work in their favor. Piglet once again landing a couple auto attacks onto the tower. Sonic Wave connects, but no follow-up. Watch once again repels the shockwave. He comes back down, almost gets caught by the death sentence. And Mandu once again applying so much presence around these towers.
And they've been able to defend until Nagne's ultimate comes back up. So he's only got 4 more seconds left on that one. And the Gragas will be available. If Nad's Sword want to make a play, it's going to have to be with that barrel landing in a perfect position so they can follow up with their skill shots AC and chain it.
Look at this here from SKT. Going to the top, bit of damage, mid tower, top tower, mid tower, top tower. Tower exchanges themselves between the two there as those minion waves streaming on both sides of things. And again, they push on towards that mid. There is Expression jumping in, gonna get a good stun up there. There is a barrel as well. Strangled Thorns will knock on Mandu. The hookers landed on towards Prey, but SKT going a little bit low from this. Looks like they want to back away. There's the damage onto Watch. He's coming straight down on top. Oh! Piglet gonna pick that one up. He's now dominated.
Now right now, Sword doing the best they can to hold on with 4 members. They've held off for the most part, but Impact untouched. They've called Prey. Prey's down. Here comes Piglet. He manages to cleanse off the root, manages to pick himself up a kill, and he focuses the rest of the damage to clear out the minions. SKT hammered down the 8th tower of the game and their 2nd inhibitor.
Impact is so ridiculously tanky on Renekton. Don't think Nad's Sword can ever take him down. Now they're going on Nexus turrets.
Now look at the shield there onto Piglet coming out from Faker. They are going to take down that first Nexus turret. Nagne on the top side here with Gragas is going to get jumped on. Expression comes out. There's a barrel flinging him off towards a fountain, which won't make that much difference. Nagne moves up to the top side. Second Nexus turret goes down. Nagne just pick up the kill on Bengi, but they're pushing in for the finish here. They're trying to take down the Nexus, and they will take down the Nexus. SK Telecom T1 pick up game number 2 here and bring us all square at 1-1.
And compare